Austin Healey Bugeye Sprite owners, gentlemen, start your engines. We are looking at Heritage Upholstery's offering for the Bugeye Sprite. Everyone's favorite little car, big head turner, and a great looking car. Always a show pleaser. Lots of people choice awards with this car. It's very popular. We're looking at our Heritage Upholstery offering for the Bugeye Sprite. I'm giving you a general overview, and then we will look at things in more detail. I can say that we make the very best Bugeye Sprite, and our customers agree, the very best Bugeye Sprite kit and upholstery offerings in the world, second to none. And there's a few things that I can say that with such confidence. There's a lot that separates us on this from the pack. One significant difference is the correct English and European materials. A lot of our competitors don't have access to these type of materials, especially the high quality leather that we use. Our primary business is Jaguar Upholstery and the big Healeys, of course. Use exactly the same quality leather in the Bugeye Sprite. It's made for us in Europe, and we air freight in from London Heathrow weekly. It's the very best high quality, fully automotive grade leather available anywhere. Our competitors tend to use the cheap Brazilian and foreign leathers, furniture grade and so on, not suitable for automotive use. So that's one big difference. The vinyl, of course, has the correct British grain, the Austin Healey grain. It's also imported, as is the hard Jura. Now, this particular order, the customer did not order a carpet set. He's already had a carpet set from us. So I won't be able to show you that in this episode, but we will catch up with that. Of course, that's available in Wilton wool carpet in 13 colors. But we'll look here at the order as placed, and I think one of the most significant differences with our kit, the thing we're most proud of, are the very hard to get things that we provide in our kit. For instance, the inner door rubber. This is an exact reproduction of the original. It has exactly 2.5mm ribs. It's only available in black. It needs to be colored to match. We don't offer that service. It can be done with your local upholstery shop. It needs to be solvent cleaned back, and there's dyes available. But at least you have the correct stuff. It's cut oversized, ready to fit, and it's exactly as original. Another great thing about our kits is that we include every single piece as a brand new fully upholstered panel, and if it's a cover, it's supplied as a cover, and if it's sewn, it's sewn. And we also have the use of our very expensive CAD cutting machine, which you can see featured here. So the entire interior is, the vinyl for instance, is rolled out on this 7 feet wide, 20 feet long bed. Press the button. We'll look at the file over here. So these files are CAD files, A-post panels, the door pockets, B-post, the backs of the seats. You can see everything here. Press the button and the whole kit is cut out in about 32 seconds. Our competitors don't have one of those, let me tell you. That ensures accuracy, and also, making sure that we captured everything for the entire car. To double check that, we also have a checklist for the shipment department, and each piece comes in its own bag, labeled, so that you know exactly what's in the bag, and with that, where it goes. For instance, front bell housing, inner sill or inner rocker panels, A-post panels or kick panels sometimes called. You can see the big flap of vinyl at the front. Even the panel boards are CNC cut on our 3D routing machine. So again, very accurate. Labeled, as I said. Even the chrome screws and washers that have fixed the panels, number 6 stainless steel with the correct washers, 30 in this particular case for the Bugeye. Even comes in its own little bag labeled. And that way your installer know exactly where everything goes. So we'll leave it there as an overview, and now we'll look at everything individually in some more detail. Okay, there we go. We got the boot mat, the rear bulkhead, Ardura. This is the correct grain rubberized felt, imported from the UK, beautifully bound. You can see how we have a special machine that does the binding, how it's perfectly bound. This is the big rear bulkhead, the sewn wheel arches there. You can see how the sewers are here at Heritage have done a beautiful job with the top stitch, dead straight, perfect. That's the wheel arch cover, and of course the boot mat itself, the trunk mat itself. This bulkhead kit here says rear bulkhead, 6 snaps, 3 pieces per set. So we even include the black snaps that affix this. We don't ever install these type of things. They have to be fitted on the car for the best result. But you can see that that's completes the trunk area. We have the side panels which are supplied fully upholstered, ready to go as well. So that's it for the trunk. Okay, we'll start with what we call our Perfectionist Panel Kit. And as I said in the earlier episode, all brand new panels, fully upholstered, ready to go. Now, I think the thing that we are most proud of here at Heritage for the Bugeye offering are these here, these little babies here. These are my favorite part. We're the only people in the world that reproduce this as a brand new fully upholstered panel. So this is the door pocket. You'll recognize it. We give the customer the option, if you have your original steels, you can send them to us, and I believe it's a $160 discount if you provide the steels. If, like many of the cars over the years, this has been lost, we can provide it as a brand new panel. You can see our panel here, brand new steel, mahogany hardwood for longevity, and it has the curve built right into the steel. Again, nobody in the world offers that panel. What you get from our competitors is a piece of vinyl and maybe the board, and that's it. Most kits come with just a piece of vinyl, but a piece of vinyl and the finished results, there's a long distance between the two. We do not recommend that just covering your old ones. They're always distorted, damaged, and otherwise you'll end up with poor results. Especially this cardboard piece on the front, which tends to have the vinyl glued to it and gets damaged as it's removed, if it isn't already damaged already after all these years. It is an important feature of the panel, and it gives this great, design look. It's just a aesthetic thing. Again, with this great machine of ours, we can even cut this cardboard beautifully. It's important. It's only as good. The finished result is only as good as the accuracy of this. Hard piece to cut by hand, but we cut them in quantities and stock them, and then the guys can just pop it on and off you go. Let's see this one. There you go. And I guess I'm realizing now that it may be more than decorative. It also hides the rivets. See, those guys knew what they were doing. So if you have the steels, we can reuse them, and if not, we can supply it brand new, and then we rebuild everything and send back these panels fully upholstered, ready to install on your car. As I said, covers, if it's a cover, for instance here, 5 by 50 inches for the dash roll. This is this piece, this aluminum piece. I'll talk about that in a minute. 12 inches by 54 inches for the dash fascia. That's the panel I featured already in a separate video because we pre-ship that. It's common for us to pre-ship it on a restoration so a customer can move forward with putting in the clocks and dials, so we trim that up for you get it to you and you can move forward. 3.5 by 17 seat plinth covers. 2.5 by 60-inch seat frame covers. And that's these here. So in this particular case, the customer has chose to go with us on what we call shop labor. So we're doing his seats, we did his dash fascia, and we did this piece that goes on the front of the dash. This from the factory came in aluminum, sometimes polished. I believe it's aluminum or maybe chromed. I can't remember, but it came both ways from the factory, vinyl covered and raw bare metal. And we supply the vinyl in the kit. If you want it bare metal, throw the vinyl away. You want it covered, you can cover it. If you want us to cover it, because it is a tricky thing to do, send the piece to us, and we have a flat guaranteed rate on our labor for the Bugeye. Again, there's very little you can send. You can send us that piece, send us the 6 components to make up the front seat, and the dash fascia. And of course, if you have his steels, send them along too. So what else we got here? We got the door straps. These are the door, these stop the door, you know, how do I explain? They limit the door opening. You can see how they're sewn together, beautifully top stitched, reinforced, strong. The pin slips through that, and they're part, even that's part of our kit. We sell separately the door snap-on, or windlace, or draft excluder is sometimes called. 2 lengths at 70 inches. This is just a sample of it. It's moquette covered, short nap wool cloth, and the rubber tube. Currently our red is on back order with our UK supplier for this particular order, so I just cut a piece of the black here for you to see. That's sold as a separate item, and is not part of the Perfectionist Panel Kit. And as I showed earlier, that's screws and washers. So I think that's a pretty good view of the panel kit, and we will now look at the trunk and rear bulkhead hardures. And finally, a look at the front seats. This is an extra available from us, an extra in so much as you can buy the seat covers, you can buy the foams, and if you choose for us to install them, you can send us the seat frames. They ship very easily in UPS ground in what the moving companies call a wardrobe box. You can disassemble them and break them down. All we need is the steel frames themselves. If you have the old covers, you can cut them off, crudely cut them off. If you want to glass bead and paint the frames, we encourage you to do that. It saves you $1 with us. We have a flat rate on these seats, so we have a guaranteed set rate, so you know where you are as far as costs are concerned. And we do encourage the guys to send us their seats for these results. The results, as you see, are absolutely perfect. Dead straight pleats, perfect piping, dead straight, no wrinkles. That's what you're paying for with our shop services here at Heritage. Essentially the guaranteed results, especially with contrasting piping. And let's face it, guys, when you look into a Bugeye, it's the focal point of the car, the seats. We give these seats and seat foams to 10 different people, including people in the trade, in the upholstery business, and you'll end up with 10 different results. It's not an easy seat to trim, and really is not recommended for the home restorer. You simply will not be able to achieve these perfect results. The guys here are doing them day in, day out, and have worked it out through the years, as you can see. And again, a close-up of the leather and the piping. Another hallmark to our heritage work is our dead straight pleats, and that's made possible with the high quality scrim foam or sew foam that's inside these covers. We have specially made for us. It's also cut on the computer machine, so that ensures dead straight pleats. You can see how beautifully these turned out. And of course, the booties, the little pieces here are in vinyl, leathers on the faces that you see, vinyl on the back, exactly as original. The seat track frames here, that hold the cushion in place, the angle iron frames, also have vinyl cover. So if, for instance, you bought the seat kit or the panel kit, these pieces of vinyl would be supplied, and so would the covers and the foams and so on, for you to do or have a local shop do. But again, about 7 out of 10 guys that go with us on our interior kits will choose us to take care of the labor on the seats, the assembly. The dash, as I said, is not an easy piece to cover, and I'll feature that in a separate video. I think that does it for the Bugeye, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Samples available at no charge. We have more colors than any company in the world. You can see some of the stock here. Look at the Hardura, the different types of vinyl, Wilton wool carpet. I mean, it just we got it all. So we have all stock colors, of course, and custom colors, contrast and piping at no extra charge. Custom colors at no extra charge. So factory used basic colors: red, blacks, blues, and so on. We've done these in great colors. We've done black with yellow piping. We've done biscuit, light tan color with dark green piping on British Racing green paint. You know, so especially with the Bugeye, you can, if you want to move away from absolute stock original, you can get into some great colors and color combinations that really make the, let's think now, a powder blue, the light blue color that the cars came in with, a nice blue with a cream pipe, or a nice blue with gray pipe in. We've done those before. And again, you're unlimited to our color, our choices of color here. I think we've got up to 42 different colors, and the piping contrast in, again, at no extra charge. So I think that does it, and we'll leave it there, and look forward to hearing from you. Healey Bugeye dash fascia steel, and these are difficult to recover. We trimmed this here at Heritage in Palm Springs, turned out beautifully. It's common for our Bugeye customers to have us pre-ship this, so we get this ahead of the kit, and that way the restorer or the customer can move forward with putting in the clocks and dials. We never cut in holes. There's a lot of holes that are maybe aftermarket, and we let the customer decide what needs to be cut out and what not. But it's not an easy thing to cover. The guys here, of course, it's easy for them, but for the home restorer to get this kind of a finish is not easy. So I strongly recommend they get sent to us, and we can return it as perfect as this one. So I get asked all the time, "Hey, Mr. Heritage, how do you get your pleats so dead straight?" And I say, you have to have a $100,000 computer cutter machine like this. And that's how we do it. This is the sew foam inside the seats. This is BJ8. You see how the machine is cut in the slits in the sew foam. Not all the way through, only halfway through. Very difficult to do. And that makes our pleats absolutely straight. No hand cutting. That's the secret right there. Another reason that separates Heritage from the rest.